This is Commander Sudhir Kumar at my YouTube channel Pulse Beat of India, and today I am again bringing you a very important topic which is very close to my heart, that is about NPAs. I keep collecting all the news from media, and then I do the analysis myself. I carry out my research thoroughly and bring up the facts in front of you. There are three, four things which has happened in last 15 days about NPAs, non-productive assets. Those are really good. So I thought that I must bring this information to you immediately. Although I keep talking about it in number of lectures, number of times I have discussed on YouTube about NPAs. My YouTube channel Pulse Beat of India, you may find the NPAs are dealt threadbare a number of times. Now, what is important is that on 19th May, NCLT Mumbai, National Council of Law Tribunal, that is, passed an order where DHFL promoters, Mr. Kapil Wadhwa, on his application, he was allowed that he can bid for his company, that is DHFL, for IBC, under IBC, that is Insolvency Bankruptcy Code. Then this was in sort of a decision which could have been debated, and I was surprised, not only myself but the media and many people who understand IBC, and all was surprised. Then the Piramal Housing Finance Company, which has filed the resolution bid, which was accepted by NCLT, they had gone to the NCLT, that is in arbitration tribunal, and there again it was decided that the bid of Piramal Housing Finance Company for DHFL has been accepted. This final amount is nearly rupees 37,000 crores, 37,250 crores. We all know that the debt on DHFL is around 87,082 crore. Though the haircut is very steep, but this is the best bid which has come against DHFL. Now my point is that why such a meager amount? Why such a small amount? Why the big haircut is being accepted? Now everyone knows that the DHFL group promoter, as per news media, had been involved into many white collar crimes in the past. The company reputation was very bad, and that's why it assets the bid which has been put up by Piramal Group is so meager amount. But now side by side, there's one very hearty news is there, that the Honorable Supreme Court has passed a decision for NPA that the Committee of Creditors (COC) may recover their loan amounts, their credits from the personal guarantee which has been provided either by the promoters or any director of the company. It means side by side, the Committee of Creditors can file a case along with insolvency proceedings which is going on in NCLT Mumbai, that the amount which has been pledged by Kapil Wadhwa or any director of DHFL, it could be recovered from that personal guarantee. I will say further, not only that, now the corollary must be drawn, and even this committee of creditors must recover the money out of their family trusts, the children trusts, which have been created either in India or outside, or any property which has been bought abroad or in India by the name of these, because we know in these trusts the promoter money is only 5 to 10%, and there are the other relations, other professional, those are being made part of it, and all these money has been siphoned out from the credit which has been taken from this group of banks, where the outstanding is staggering 87,000 crore. So that is the analysis of DHFL. Now I'll come to the second company, which is a group of 13 companies, that is Videocon. Mr. Dhoot is the chairman of these companies, and in insolvency, the company is also entered into insolvency, and there stands a staggering amount. The claims by the creditors have been made near about 61,770 crores, but against that Vedanta Group has filed its bid only for 3,000 crores. Once again I say, why this much amount is the haircut the Committee on Creditors should accept. They must file if any personal guarantee is involved, and not only the personal guarantee, they must file to recover the money out of family assets or the children assets if any promoter or the directors in these 13 companies of Videocon, if they have pledged any guarantee. So that's the the effect of the verdict which has been passed by the Honorable Supreme Court. Now I'll come to the third group. Before I come to the third group, which is being undergoing under the IBC Insolvency Bankruptcy Code resolution, that is JP Infratech. But before coming to it, again I repeat that all these information is available in media. I collect from the media and I carry out my analysis, I carry out my research work, and then put up a clear analysis in front of you so that you can decide what is the authentic information and what for the national interest the government of India should do, or the creditors, our PSBs must do, or the resolution professional must do. The JP Group also is having a debt against JP Infratech. JP Infratech. JP Infratech is a company which is having an outstanding debt of near about 22,000 crores. Against this, there is one bid which was allowed last by the NCLT, that is NBCC, and another is a Mumbai-based company, Suraksha. Both of them, they have submitted their revised bid. Suraksha has submitted a bid of 7,736 crores, and there NBCC has come up with a proposal of additional 1100 acres of land, which is costing near about 2,200. But I feel the bid submitted by Suraksha company is good, but again you will see that outstanding debt of the Committee on Creditors by the banks is nearly 22,000 crores, but the money which is coming, the bid which has been submitted is only for 7,736 crores. It means near about staggering, a very deep haircut has to be accepted by these banks. So how they are going to recover? Once again, as Supreme Court, Honorable Supreme Court has passed the decision that along with IBC proceedings, the group of creditors or this committee of creditors can submit the separate application at NCLT for recovering of money out of the personal guarantee if JP Infratech company, promoter of JP Infratech company has given, or any director on JP Infratech has given, that could be recovered out of that. But one step further, they can go ahead that if any family trust or the children trust is made by the promoters of JP Infratech or by any director of JP Infratech, these committee on creditors can file an application for recovery of the rest of amount out of these trusts or the children trust or family trust, or even if these trusts have bought any Benami property in India or outside. So these provisions must be explored. So that is all about that NPAs at this moment till I get next. Please keep enjoying the Pulse Beat of India, my YouTube channel, and if you like it, if you feel that I am putting up the authentic information in front of it, please like it. Please subscribe my channel, that is Pulse Beat of India. Thank you very much.